So, let me think. Gotta remember where the bobbleheads are. I know one is in the Deathclaw Sanctuary and one is in Vault 108, but I cannot remember where a lot of the other bobbleheads are. Oh, right. How could I have forgotten that one? Okay, so we're going to go to the Glitchy Republic of Dave for the Perception bobblehead.
Hey there, are you gonna play Republic with us?
Just go in here to the Museum of Dave, and sitting on a shelf right here is the Perception bobblehead. That's pretty easy.
Hi there.
So now my perception is 10.
You're almost as big as Dave.
Yeah, she's still broken. I already saw what I wanted from Dave anyway. Okay, now we're heading back into the Deathclaw Sanctuary. Oh dear. This'll be fun. Wrong weapon. There we go. Powerheads right there. Okay, there's endurance. So we still need charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. Now the luck bobblehead, I remember that one being a little bit more of a pain. The charisma bobblehead is over here in Vault 108. But there's something I've been meaning to do for a while. We're going to break into here finally. Because we have the skills necessary to do so. We have the technology. There we go. What have we here? You know, you would think they would keep it a unique weapon in here or something, but they don't. That's the weird thing. Alright. Now, time to explore my favorite vault in the game. Yeah, the MLPX Nova Surge is actually kind of an absurd weapon. We have discovered Vault 108. And I just have one word to explain this vault. Scary.
Gary. Gary. No!
They get the Gary, what was it? Gary 17. They're clones of a man named Gary, who is apparently a vault dweller. And unfortunately, they cloned him so much that they cannot communicate except for one word. Gary. Ah, Gary. Now I'm just going to use melee for these guys.
Gary. Gary. No! Gary.
Gary!
Gary! Gary! Gary!
It's one of my favorite vaults in the game. In the series. And it's very easy to understand why. The very concept of this is so goofy, but I love it. Ah, Gary. And the female dorm is boarded up. Well. Now, if I recall correctly, I think the bobblehead I'm looking for is in the clinic. Ah, Gary.
Gary!
Maybe not. There. It's near the clinic room. Got it. So, the devs in Bethesda love this so much that it's an inside joke now in Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. Sometimes you'll find just these little wooden blocks throughout the wasteland that spell out one thing: Gary. As we know, the vault door was wide open. So some of the Garys have escaped. It's unknown what happened to the original host. But the Gary clones are out there, spreading their prejudice against one type of person. Anything not them. And they can only say one thing: Gary. Anyway, there's the bobblehead we came for. So unfortunately, a lot of the lore for this vault was deleted. Essentially, their original experiment was disregarded. And what they ended up doing was, instead, they had some cloning technology. So what they did was they cloned a vault dweller named Gary multiple times. However, with each clone created of Gary, each Gary got progressively more violent towards any non-clone. So the Gary, and this is seen here where the Gary clones do not attack each other at all.
Gary. No!
Ah, Gary.
Gary. Gary.
Ah, Gary.
Gary.
Yeah, having max strength, forget what my melee weapon skill is. I'm very strong now. So yes, that was a nice little fever dream. Now, do you understand the concept of Gary? So let's close the door here. And Nobody needs to know about this. Alright, this wall door's busted. That's right. So we can't close it. So the Gary clones will continue to escape into the night. Okay, so next bobblehead is the intelligence bobblehead, and it's probably in the most obvious spot ever. It's actually in Rivet City.
Yes?
To the lab! To the secret lab! Pull the lever, Crunk! Oh yeah, so fun fact as well. The Rivet City Science Lab is completely deserted, so if you want to steal any of this fresh produce, you can. Anyway, there's the intelligence bobblehead. Of course, some of these you can take with no consequence. Hee hee hee. So what Rivet City's goal was, their science lab, was to introduce a hydroponics that makes non-irradiated food. Which, considering, yeah, that's something that they really needed to do.
Cut it out.
Okay, so now then. The agility bobblehead is next.
Stay chill, dude. Whoa.
Hey,
Welcome to Rivet City Supply. I've got a little bit of everything here.
Dr. Lee and her staff left at the front.
Alright, so the agility bobblehead. So we're heading back to the greener pastures disposal site. And then the last one is not exactly easy to find. Ain't the irradiation bath great this time of year? So go into the office here, and right there is the agility bobblehead. Alright! We just need one more bobblehead. And it is probably one of the more annoying ones to get. Because I can never truly remember how to get there. Okay, so, according to this, we should go find Wilhelm's Wharf. And then head to the metro station to the south. Alright. Sounds like some ghouls. Alright. Then here is the Arlington Cemetery. I've actually been here before. Twice in my life. It's a nuclear called Quantum. Gotta check every soda machine for that. By the way, we'll see it more often now because our luck is higher. Alright, let's take out the old schnipper. Dagnabbit, come on now. Okay, something else happens here too. So we can kill two birds with one stone. First of all, yes, there's the bobblehead. But second of all, there's an unmarked quest here. Also, because I'm neutral karma, I'm actually going to go do something else, too. There is a, I never had this happen before to the point where I am neutral now. We actually have two companions now that are open to us. One is interesting, but one is very interesting. No, that's not weird. But the Arlington Cemetery, if memory serves me correctly, is a dedication to a lot of the unknown soldiers and unmarked soldiers that have perished in various wars. And the epitome of that is the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Now, there's something extremely interesting too about this place. There is a house here in the Arlington Cemetery, also IRL, that was the home of Robert E. Lee. In this game, there's actually a conspiracy involved with the Arlington Cemetery. There was a food chain in Fallout called Mama Dolce's. And it seemed pretty innocent. Keyword, seemed pretty innocent. The truth is, it was a front for the Chinese. Ooh, scandalous. And there's the building for it. However, in this game, Robert E. Lee's home is not where it's supposed to be in reality. It's a little off. And then the other thing is, there's another problem it has as well. You'll see when we get in there. Also, what else is interesting is you actually, if you pay attention close enough, some of these gravestones actually have living flowers in them. Which in Fallout is almost impossible. Well, at least Fallout 3. Later games, it was a little more common. So here's the Arlington house, but that's not what... While that is what we're looking for, we need another little lead, and I think I missed it. Oh yeah, I think another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the harder they fall achievement as well before we pack it in, because our final stream of this game is just going to be completing Broken Steel and all the side quests, because that's it. That's all we have left. But yes, there is an unmarked quest here. I need to find these stairs. These specific stairs nearby. I think it was near where these raiders were. Ah, here it is. We'll find one of the regulators here. So, this begins an unmarked quest called Junder's Plunket. So what that does is it gives us a lead that there was a notorious crime spree specialist named Junder's Plunket. This is a well, actually it's not. It's a recurring appearance because he actually respawns. Which means this is a pretty lucrative way to get 1,000 caps. Every 3 days you could just kill him again and get another 1,000 caps. It's actually funny. And like I said, this is twofold because this is also where the last special bobblehead is. Okay, Junder's Plunket is in the basement. Well, that was easy. But he has Junder Plunket's finger and Plunket's valid points, which is a unique spiked knuckles. And had we not killed the Enclave or gotten to this point in the game, it would be playing Enclave radio here. But the confusing part is, this is Robert E. Lee's house. At least it's supposed to be. And this guy has a memorial to Abraham Lincoln. What? Okay, first of all, this guy is a dude on a massive crime spree. Second of all, he's evil. And then 3, Abraham Lincoln and Robert E. Lee's house. Need I say more? And there's our last bobblehead. I wish there were a few more references to Lee here, because it's like, yeah. But, you know. Post-apocalyptic can't really state everything. Well, that and Fallout's, you know. Some of the later Fallout games were quite rushed games, as we know. I'm going to read these books.